Hey there, it's Java Seal, and what I have for you is your very first, or what should be, one of your first Java programs, and we are creating a speeding ticket calculator for a police officer, so that way when they catch someone speeding, they can just quick type in their first name, last name, age. We're going to be finding out if they were speeding in a construction zone, if they're underage, if they're under the influence, and what the total fine will be for them. And here's the final product. I'm just going to show you first. Kind of looks daunting, but don't worry about it. I'm actually going to show you how it runs to begin with as well. So you're going to be getting used to what the prompting looks like in our project. So this here is command prompt. And I talked about this a little bit in a previous video about how to get your computer set up for Java. And we're going to be getting to the directory where we can run our Java program. So we're going to type in cd, that means change directory, because right now we're just under users and one of my folders, but we want to get to desktop, so we're going to be cd desktop. And you're going to have to figure out how to get to your desktop from wherever you are in your computer. Boom. Okay, so now I'm in my desktop, that's cool. And we're going to type in javac. And what that means is compiling in Java, and we type in the name of the file of where our program is, which is this. Oh my gosh, it is so long. Why did I make it so long? Speeding ticket simulator. Now the reason why I don't have spaces between these words and why there's underscores is because if there's a space in between something in the command prompt, then it's going to think that it's a command. Like each individual things are commands, or each individual word is a file. We don't want to confuse it. That's why you can see some people putting these underscores in between the names of their files. And you should probably start getting the habit of doing that if you're going to ever use command prompt to navigate your computer. Because you can actually go to different folders anywhere in your computer from just this command prompt. Then at the end of our file, we put .java at the end, so that way they know that's a Java file. You can also put text files in, and we're going to use that for other programs that we write. Then when we want to run our program, we type in Java, no C, and then the name of our file without the .java at the end, still leaving on our magical underscores. Boom, it works. Now usually when we're compiling, you're going to see some errors, and that's very normal for a beginning programmer or any programmer throughout their whole entire programming life, because errors happen and it's normal. And usually you'd see a number of errors and then where they're located in the program. So now we're going to be prompted for the violator's last name. Last name of Sonic the Hedgehog is the Hedgehog. Yeah, that's real. Again, we use the underscore to connect these two things, and I'll tell you why Java needs this to be one word once we start programming. The first name is Sonic. Their age, I don't know how Sonic is. It's probably like, I don't know, 25? It's probably older. I don't know when the first Sonic game came out. Okay, please enter speed limit. The speed limit should be 70. This guy, you can't stop the blue blur. He's going 200 miles an hour. Was the violator speeding in construction zone? Sonic probably didn't even know he was in a construction zone, but he was. Say yes. Yes, he was speeding in a construction zone. Was the violator under the influence? Well, I hope not, and I know Sonic's a good kid, so he's not going to be under the influence. Lastly, when we hit the enter key for the last time, we get all the data that we gave to the program, and then also what it spit out for our fines. Name, age, limit, actual speed, then the fines, base fine for nothing else. Then we add the fancy stuff like if they're underage, if they were under the influence, if they're in a construction zone. And we're going to see how those calculations and figuring goes down in our program. Alright, I mark it set program. Boom. We're going to start a new file. New. And we're going to call it just ticket, because I don't want to type that all again. That'd be sad. And we're going to save it as a Java file. Now with the Notepad++, when we're writing in Java, it's going to make things different colors, which makes editing so much easier and helps me and you to see if you type something out correctly. We're going to be starting with just the framework of any blank program that we're probably going to use ever. And the first thing that a Java program needs is libraries, because those are where we're going to get tools to be able to even write a program. So we're going to put import, we're going to be importing our libraries, java.io.star, and that just means include all. Like there's also names that you can put right here, but we're not going to deal with that. We're just going to put, we want everything, we want to know all the information. Import, import java.util.star. We want everything. Alright, so libraries. I'm going to have Frederick. Hey, Frederick! Yeah, he's going to put some links to the Java API and other resources to see what's in these libraries for you. Now, the next thing is going to get a little bit hairy. Gonna have Frederick put some links up for you to read about this next thing, and we're going to make just the basic framework for any program. We're gonna put public class, and we have to use the name of this file, ticket. That's your first thing. Public has to do with the security of the program. Anyone can access it from any other program file. Next part is a secondary little program box, I guess. Yes, program box. Static void main. Now you're in the main program. And just trust me on this, guys. Just type this in, alright? You read up on this, and I'm going to explain it in some later videos. I'm trying to keep this short. It's going to be hard because it's the first program project we're writing. Alright. Boom. Magic framework right here. This is where it happens. This is the main program. Underneath, you could also have like sub-programs or like functions. That's why this one says main. This is the first thing that gets called. And we're not going to be using any functions or any other sub-programs in this project, but I'm sure we will in next ones. The next thing we're going to do is so important. We're going to declare our variables. And these variables can be words that we have the police officer type in, or even numbers like the speed limit. And words in programming are strings. So we're going to have string. It's like a string of letters, get it? Or a string of characters. Just individual letters are called characters in programming. So think of a string or a word as a string of characters. Okay, cool. And we're going to need to know last name, so we can assign the last name to any last name you want. First name, zone. So we're going to be asking a yes or no question, as you saw, if the person's in a zone, a construction zone. Yes or no if they're under the influence. And we put this semicolon. We have to put a semicolon basically everywhere. Yeah, you're going to get some errors on that too if you forget your semicolons. Next we have numbers, and we call them ints. Ints do not have decimal points, so they're not super accurate, but I'm not going to tell people that I'm 20.5 years old or 20.3.1567, lots of numbers. No, you are 19, you are 18, you are however old you are, deal with it. Int, age, that is a variable, that is an int, age. Speed limit. We do, and we can set this equal to beginning value, so we're going to set the speed limit equal to 0, but obviously the speed limit's not 0 on a highway. Actual speed, so this is the speed that violator is going. Over is how much over that the violator is going. We can calculate that with just subtraction. Base, without the fancy additional violations. Zone, fine. Underage. The total fine. And actually we're going to slap influence before fine. Doesn't really matter. We're just going to do influ. Because we already have the word influence here in the strings.